Hi everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today's video is going to be about Tenerife again. Hopefully you enjoy the videos. I just wanted to tell you a little bit about why we go to Tenerife, when we normally go to Tenerife, when is the best time to go to Tenerife, and a little bit more. So please make sure you stay tuned. So we first went to Tenerife. It was way before my daughter was born. Probably we went about 9 or 10 years ago. And you know, when you don't have a kid, you can just pretty much go whenever you want. So we went with my husband and we didn't actually book it as a package. I think we just bought our plane ticket and we went out there and we just booked the hotel. I mean, I would not do that again. Please let me know in a comment if you tend to do it. But we just want to make sure that we book everything way ahead. So why Tenerife? We do like to go away in the winter for a little bit of winter sun, and when we are looking at destination, Tenerife is always being quite steady. It would be in the mid-20s in February. So I think we went on the 17th of February this year to 2025. We normally would go away around Valentine's Day because that's when half term start. My daughter is 8 now, so she's actually in year 3. So we kind of have to do the holidays around her half term, and therefore we have to pay a lot more. So if you haven't got any kids or your kids are a lot older and you don't have to stick to school half terms, then you'll be able to pick up some really good deals. But the reason we go to Tenerife because of the weather. So when my daughter was really little, we started going back to Tenerife really, or continued depending on how you want to put it really, and we decided to go all-inclusive. So that was the first time when we thought it's better to go all-inclusive because we had a toddler and she was hungry all the time, and just we wanted to make sure that we book everything. We don't have to risk not having a hotel, and the food is pretty much on the tap if you like. So we were looking at different service providers. By the way, this video is not sponsored by Jet2 at all. Just wanted to share our experiences with Jet2. It's been pretty good actually. We are looking at different service providers, but as I said, the first time we went, it wasn't with Jet2 all those years ago, but with my daughter. We were looking at prices, and Jet2 actually had competitive prices and also had really good reviews. So what we tend to do, we go on to the Jet2's app. So I think the best deals you would be able to get if you download the Jet2 app on your phone, because some of the deals are actually kind of not customized, but the kind of my Jet2 customers would be getting kind of money off deals, or child places, children go free. So I don't know if there is anything in it, but I always have the app, and when I book it, it's so straightforward. And also, you know, if you need your boarding passes, everything will be under the same app. So going back to booking with Jet2 and all-inclusive, so what you do, download the app and then you can filter the areas. I mean, Tenerife isn't a massive place, but even in February, there are places where we wouldn't necessarily go because it's a lot colder. For example, when we went to La Gomera this year, so if you haven't seen my video, I will try to kind of put a couple of clips in as we go along. But when we went to La Gomera, for example, it was quite chilly, but then we went up to the mountains. So even when we went to the capital city, Santa Cruz de Tenerife, because obviously it wasn't that sheltered, the weather was a lot cooler. So that's why we tend to go to the south or southeast of Tenerife, Playa de las Americas or Los Cristianos area, because that's kind of nicely sheltered and the temperature would be generally higher. So that's why we always go to the same area, Playa de las Americas. With the hotels, when we go onto the app, we kind of filter, put down the place. So obviously where you want to fly from. We are based in London, so we fly from Stansted. I think Jet2 started flying from Luton. We got a Mallorca trip coming up, and we're actually going to be going with my in-laws and my nephew, and we're going to be flying from Luton. Generally, whenever we go to Tenerife, it would be from London Stansted, but I think they do fly from other places as well, so it's worth checking it out. Go on the app, put down the dates that you want to do, and then you can filter out the areas. They fly to loads of different places. But if you just want to, we are talking about Tenerife. So if you just go on to Tenerife, and then the areas, as I said, I would probably tick Los Cristianos and Playa de las Americas because of the weather. And then you can also filter if you want all inclusive, you want half board. But as I said, because of our daughter, we are doing all inclusive all the time. We don't stay in a hotel, so we don't really go into the pool. But it's good to know that, you know, food is kind of always available whenever kind of we are hungry, although we tend to go out for the day. But I think it's a very good option. As I said, you can book half board, I think, as well. So go and check it out. When you're on the Jet2's website and you selected the date, the destination and the board, it will automatically take you to the available hotels accommodation. So you can again filter it out if you what sort of star rating you want. And also I think you can even do it by reviews. We always filter it by the cheapest option, so it comes up with lowest to highest, and also often it comes up as per person, but I would just like change it to total, so you see how much the total of your holiday would cost. And then you go onto you click on it for more information. It will tell you the reviews, so we always read the reviews. We tend to go, I think Sultan Reef this year was 3-star according to Jet2 Vibe, and 3.5 star according to TripAdvisor. I think we only stayed in a 4-star one, maybe last year or year before. Didn't really feel like a 4-star, so I would just say, you know, what your budget is, but we always go for a minimum of 3-star. And the location is very important. So when you selected the hotel that you fancy, it will tell you how far it is from the airport. This year we stayed in Sultan Reef, and it was about 20 minutes to get to the hotel from the airport, so it wasn't bad at all. So as I said, you select all these options, and then you can even change the date, because especially if it's half term, the prices will skyrocket. So when you select everything and you're happy with your booking, then I think you've got the option to put £180 deposit, and then you will have to pay the rest, I think, maybe 6 or 8 weeks before your departure time. So you can book it way in advance, put a deposit down, and then you can just pay the remaining balance. And what we also did in the past, we kind of put a deposit down, and so you can pay out a big chunk. So you just go onto your Jet2 account, and then you can deposit and pay it off. But if you don't pay it off before the time, before I think 6 to 8 weeks, as I said, then Jet2 would take the full amount, the remainder, before you fly, before your holiday. So this bit was about the booking. Now I'm going to tell you about our hotel this year. So I'm going to be inserting some footage in throughout the video. So bear with me. Hopefully you will enjoy it. If you haven't actually seen the full video, then please go back to the very first one where we went to Tenerife. We actually went to the monkey park as well. So as I mentioned before, we did fly in February for February half term. We stayed for 5 nights, and we stayed in Sultan Reef, kind of live in the outskirts of London, but we had to cab it in, and we had to take a coach in. And anyway, so for us it takes about an hour and a bit to get to Stansted Airport. So you have to obviously check in, do all that shebang, and then the flight, as I said, was about 4.5 hours roughly. So we still got there the early afternoon. It was a breeze. It was so easy to check in when we got to Stansted. It was a designated check-in area at Stansted Airport that was run by Jet2. It was so straightforward. We just went through. We had to kind of do our scanning of the luggage and hand it in, but it was very smooth, really effortless. On the plane, the service was very good. I think you will have to also pay for your seats. So when you book your holiday, the whole package, and yeah, there is an additional cost to that. So when you book it, as you go through the steps, it will add the seat to the final, to the total, so that will kind of bump it up a little bit. You can also pre-order your meal through the app. They actually advise you to do that, but we always kind of pack some sandwiches, so it's not a big deal at all. And then we just maybe had a coffee. You can use your card to pay on the plane, so that's fine. So when we landed, we had to hang around, wait for the luggage. But then again, there was again somebody from Jet2 who was waiting for us. He told us which way to go to take the coach. Got on the coach. We had to wait for quite a while, because what happens on a coach, whoever is going to the kind of same direction, or the passengers will be taken on the same coach. So we had to hang around to wait for everybody. That was a bit of a drag, but otherwise the journey time was really quick. And as you will see it from my footage, the hotel was very nice and clean. The room was absolutely brilliant. Again, nice and clean. We had some complimentary stuff, some tea. We had a fridge in the room. We had a kettle. We even got some complimentary toothbrushes. And there was shower gel and shampoo. But what we always do, because of past experiences, we always take our shower gel and our soap and body wash and shampoo, because you don't want to rely on the hotel unless you know that you will be getting it. Because we stayed in places in Tenerife where we didn't have any shower gel or anything really. So then you end up buying something from the local supermarket that would be quite a few euros. So I think it's always good to take it just in case. That would be my advice. The temperature during the day was really good. But what's Tenerife and even in Mallorca, what they tend to do, because obviously they are not really geared up for the cooler temperature, the hotel would just give you a blanket with a sheet. And I found that actually I do get very chilly during the night. So what we did, we actually were looking for a hot water bottle while we were in Tenerife. It was quite amusing going into the shop and explaining it to the staff what we were after. So I think next time we're gonna go, we're gonna take a small hot water bottle with us, because we just do feel really chilly, because they don't have duvet in the hotel. So if you tend to get chilly, because it does get a little bit chilly during the night, then make sure either you have your fleecy pajamas with you, some socks, or better, maybe have a hot water bottle with you. But overall, the place was absolutely brilliant. The food was really good. We had a dining area, and there was a wide selection of uh, breakfast, like cooked breakfast. You could have pancakes, you could have the healthy option, you could have cereal. Yeah, so there was a really, really good variety of food. Lunch was really good as well, and dinner, and also I think by the pool they had a snack bar as well. So the food was all in all very good, and we enjoyed it. There was, because we were in all inclusive, so all our drinks were included as well. To be honest, we don't really drink, so we just, I think we only tried their beer. But anyway, so if you're on all inclusive, then you can just eat and drink all day long pretty much. The location of the hotel was again very good, because we were very kind of facing towards the beach, because February is still kind of the winter month in Tenerife, so it's still a colder month. So quite a few places were still closed down, and also because of the waves, probably that area was kind of cordoned off. But probably when it's really nice and sunny, you can go straight down to the beach. There are loads of beautiful beaches in the area. There are like golden sandy beaches. You have to kind of walk down a little bit further, but they have beautiful black sand, rock pools. If you're into surfing, that, you know, it's a beautiful place to kind of surf, and there are loads of surfing schools as well. I covered this bit in one of my videos as well. So this hotel is next to the Victoria's Strip, which is very busy when the sun goes down. So the nightlife is, you know, is buzzing. And also the hotels, I think probably in every hotel where we stayed in, either in Tenerife or Mallorca, they have programs every night. So if you don't want to leave the hotel, then you can stay in. I think they had magic shows, but we don't really stay for those, because we are out all day and we would normally be in bed by about 8 or 9 o'clock. So just like we always have a very busy day. But if you enjoy staying in a hotel, most of the places would have something, so you don't even have to leave the complex. And if you want to do excursions, we also went to La Gomera this year. We did an excursion with Jet2. We wouldn't normally pay for excursions, but we did one with them this year because we did the price comparison and it was very good, very competitive. Please go and check out my video about La Gomera, because I kind of break it down why we went there and kind of how much you paid for the excursion. So we did book that in with the Jet2 rep, because Jet2 would have a rep coming in. I don't think they are around every day, maybe every other day, but you get all the information back when you land, so you know how to reach them. If you have any issues, you can WhatsApp them. You also get a message regarding pickup time and it's time to go back home. So it's the customer service with Jet2 is absolutely amazing. So well done, Jet2. So if you want to do excursion, you can book it with Jet2. Also, what we did, because we did a dolphin watching one a couple of years ago, and I actually went on to the Get Your Guide website. Again, it's an app where you put down the area and then you'll be able to kind of book it directly with them. Something that we wanted to do when Ella was a little bit younger. It was a really fun thing to do, but it was a lot cheaper to go through Get Your Guide. And so I think it's worth checking it out. You can always kind of go back to your Jet2 rep and then ask if they do it and find out how much it would cost. We did the Mount Teddy cable car as well. It was just before lockdown, so we went in February, and I think we all got locked down for COVID in March. So that was again a great experience. We wanted to do it again last year or the year before, but Mount Teddy was snowed in, so we couldn't go. And to be honest, it was quite pricey, so it's worth checking it out if you could do that independently. So this is actually quite a long video, but I just wanted to kind of summarize it. And you know, all in all, you may ask, would I recommend going to Tenerife? I would definitely recommend going to Tenerife, and I think February is a really good month to go. We've never been in the summer, so I don't know how hot it would get. And if you're looking for a tour operator, I would highly recommend Jet2. So I'm going to wrap this up today because it's going to be a very long video otherwise, but it probably is already. Thank you very much for coming back if you're an existing viewer. Thank you very much for coming to find me if you're a new viewer. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. Please don't forget to check out our La Gomera trip. I will see you in the next one. Have a lovely day. Take care. Goodbye for now.